Hello students, we are now starting our major grade project. It is the last one for this 6 weeks. And it's really a great way to have fun with being a writer. We will read, we will write, and create our own alternative ending. I will introduce this in class, but this video reviews how to complete this entire project independently. I will introduce it in class probably Thursday or Friday, depending on your class period status. You'll have some class time all through next week, and ideally turn it in by Tuesday, April 6th or Wednesday, April 7th, as the 6 weeks will have ended by then. If you can turn it in sooner, that is excellent. Let's look at it. Slide number 2. The grading rubric is on slide 11. I might even go ahead and go to slide 11 and explore what do I need to do in order to score 25 points in each section, which would equal 100. Let's look at the directions on slide 2. First, reread it. I know you're very familiar with the story by now. You've seen a test on it. You've seen a small minor grade on it, but it's good to skim and reread. That's what good readers do. All right, I would just leave that open. All right, number 2 says, you are going to imagine a different ending for Alice in Wonderland. Ask yourself these questions below. You don't need to write down the answers to all those. Just looking through these questions gets you going. Think about your answers, write down your ideas. So after that, you might sit here and say, after she sees the rabbit, Alice runs into the garden. Suddenly, she comes across a Tyrannosaurus, and I might even write Tyrannosaurus Rex. I mean, I am just leaving the options endless. I am not committed to this. I don't have to stick to this idea. I might write an idea here and change my mind. I might say she becomes a giant and steps on the rabbit. Her way out is now destroyed. It's just, I want to stress that you can be very creative with this. You could tell me she goes to a cheerleading camp. You could tell me she joins the Dallas Cowboys team. I mean, it can go anywhere because this is fantasy, fiction, magical. I don't really want you to think about the movie. I don't want you to mirror what happens in the movie you might have seen. We're talking about the original story and where you think it might go next. So number 4 says, use those ideas to create your new ending. So you're just brainstorming here. This is the writing process. And your goal is just to get through this. I do recommend you watch this adjectives video. I'm not going to play it now, but this link is here to give you some ideas that as you write, you want to use colorful words. Notice how in this cartoon, sparkling, so when you describe something, you tell me the color of it, you give vibrant words that add to your writing. And he goes on to show more examples. All right, moving along on slide 3, you are just dragging these. You are recalling, this is your background knowledge. We learned this earlier in the year, so you are just recalling which one goes where. I'm not putting these in the right place right now. I'm just showing you that they can be moved. And then on slide 4, you can check your answers. So make sure that you participate on slide 3, see what you know, and then check on slide 4. Slide 4 does give you instructions. I'm skimming over that quickly so that you can push pause on this video and work on this, then check slide 4. So then on slide 5, look at those directions. Now you are pre-writing. So this is the writing process. You brainstormed an idea. By slide 5, this is where it stops. So this is where Alice thought, if only I could be this small enough to get in. Let's say Alice is able to fit through the hole. She enters the garden. And then this is what I mean. What happens next? What's your rising action? What's your climax? What's going to be that big thing right here? What happens after that? What happens after that? This is almost like first, second, third, fourth, fifth. On number 6, you are now writing, you're creating your first draft. It says use slide number 5. So I go back here and I say, okay, how do I turn these into sentences? Okay, so I did say Alice crawls through the hole. Then, or next, or first, and go from there. And read this advice. Look at what author's craft means. Be this kind of writer. Use repeated words and onomatopoeia. Put some hyperbole, definitely, if this is a creative, fun one. Personification, idioms. Go through that and make this part very exciting. Answer these questions. Then on number 7, and this is very important, a lot of your writing is right here because on number 7, it says copy and paste. Okay, so whatever you write here, you should have about, I'm just going to type, you should have about maybe 4 sentences, 7 sentences, maybe you got on a roll. You just copy and paste them here. So whatever I wrote here, which this is not the best example, but just to show you, you would come over here, and now, do you need to reorganize some sentences? Do you need to clarify? Do you need to simplify? You read your writing and go, okay, you know what? She doesn't just crawl. Alice fearfully crawls. You're starting to add to your writing and things like that. And then as I go through it on slide 8, copy and paste. So you just keep copying and pasting. Now you say, okay, I did all this work here, and now I'm going to put it here. And you'll notice that your sentences are getting longer, maybe they're getting shorter, maybe you're adding to it. Now it says edit. So again, the writing process. You brainstormed an idea. You started to work on it. You're doing this now, you're rereading your writing, you're checking for capital letters, punctuation, you're searching words on Google to spell them correctly. It's time to fix things. Then again, your writing is ready to publish. Copy and paste your work. So you'll come over here, it's been getting fixed, it's been improving, put it here. And now it says, and of course I'm pretending I have an entire ending here. Read it aloud one more time. Does it make sense? If it is good to go, this is where you publish. This is where your perfect paragraph would be. Then you record it on Flipgrid. So you click on this link and you record yourself. Join with Google. You record yourself. You can choose to do slide 10. It does say to check slide 11 in bright yellow before you submit this major grade. So slide 10 is where you can choose to maybe insert an image. If you said that a dinosaur ate her, you might, and get a picture of Alice right here next to it. This is just an idea. That is not something you have to do. You could also draw it. I do want a caption. So this is a photo of, look at this. Slide 10 is optional. You don't have to do it. You could be done as far as 9. 9 being done is publishing, typing it here, and recording it. Slide 11, you want to make sure that you did slide 5. So this is how you know you're complete. You go back. Do I have something on slide 5? Do I have something on slide 6? Do I have something written? It should be growing. Slide 9, and then how do I get more points for that? Look at the goal. It's okay if you have more than 10 sentences. I love those writers. And then as a reminder on slide 12, you have some ways to do similes, metaphors, adjectives. I am here in class. You should speak up on Zoom. You should come visit me during my homeroom time to help you. I'm so excited for the kind of writers you're going to become as you go into 7th grade.